Day 1000 of semen retention. It feels great to finally say that. I'm joking, I don't exactly know what day of semen retention I'm on, and that's going to be the whole point of today's video. I don't exactly know what day I'm on, and I don't really care. The moment you turn this into a streak, a challenge, a counter, you've already missed the point. This wasn't supposed to be a flex. It was never meant to be, look at me, look at how disciplined I am kind of thing. And it certainly wasn't meant to be some weird kind of internet badge of honor. It's a lifestyle. And more importantly, it's a why. See, most people who ask me about semen retention aren't actually asking about retention. They're asking me, how can I stop hating myself in private? How can I stop feeling foggy all the time? How can I actually motivate myself? Instead of confronting these issues, they cling to numbers. 30 days, 90 days, 365 days. And one thing that I came to realize is that numbers feel like progress without requiring any self-awareness. If you're attaining only so that you can say that you're attaining, then you're still trapped, my friend. All you've done is swap your addiction for another identity. I've seen it in so many people. Most people don't actually want discipline. They don't want to do the work that's required to get there. They just want permission to feel superior without changing their character. And that's not how retention works anyway. In fact, most things in life don't work like that anyway. But it's not just about adult content. That's surface level talk. It's like saying alcoholism is a problem because of the bottle and not the reason you keep reaching for it. The real issue isn't what you're watching, it's why you keep escaping into it. Because let's be honest, degeneracy isn't about pleasure, it's about avoidance. So what are you doing? You're avoiding boredom, you're avoiding responsibility, you're avoiding loneliness, you're avoiding realizing that your life hasn't been planned out or hasn't gone the way that you thought it would. And instead of building something real for yourself, you create this numbness. And the internet has normalized that numbness. And one thing I need to let you guys know is that retention isn't magic. It doesn't give you superpowers. It doesn't turn you into some monk with magical eyes and super senses. It doesn't do any of that. In fact, what it does is much worse. It removes the anesthetic. Say worse, maybe that is the wrong choice of words. But things start feeling a lot more real again. When you stop draining your nervous system constantly, you start feeling things a lot more. Your anxiety may come back, your anger may come back, your ambition may come back, your dissatisfaction may come back. And most people don't want that. They want all the benefits without the confrontation. And that's exactly why people keep on relapsing, then they spiral into shame. They're not weak at all. They just never address the root behavior. You guys can see I'm passionate about this. I'm a very big geek when it comes to human psychology and also self-analysis. But coming back to what I was saying about degeneracy. Degeneracy isn't just watching explicit content. Degeneracy is living life on autopilot. It's consuming instead of creating. It's scrolling instead of building. It's being reactive instead of choosing. It's letting your impulses dictate your identity. And this is where this topic gets uncomfortable for certain people because they don't know how to answer this question for themselves. With all this newfound energy, what am I doing with it? Because if you attain and still waste your life, now you're disciplined and empty. That's why I stopped counting days, because counting days made it about restraint. I wanted it to be about direction. You need to ask yourself the tough questions. What am I building? What am I training? What am I saying no to? Not because it's bad, but because it's beneath me. I'm not preaching a message of moral purity here. I'm saying you need to have standards for yourself. And standards are dangerous in a world that rewards excess. We live in a world now, and it feels so cliche every single time I say it, never gets old. But we live in a world now where self-control is framed as repression and indulgence is framed as self-love. It never fails to amaze me. And as you guys can quite clearly see, as I say that out loud, I'm struggling to articulate myself because I'm struggling to comprehend it. But yeah, that is the reality that we live in. And nobody talks about how that philosophy leaves people empty. People would rather be offended than wrong. They'd rather defend their habits than question them, because then that would mean that they're not really in control. Retention isn't about being perfect, it's about refusing to be passive. It's about not letting your lowest impulse decide your highest potential. And yeah, that makes people uncomfortable. Because if discipline works, excuses stop working. And that's the reason this topic gets mocked so much, because it implies responsibility and people hate responsibility. Once again, the world that we live in. So having said all of that, I don't know what day I'm on, and I don't really care. Alright? I don't care. The goal was never a streak, it was alignments. And when your actions line up with who you say you want to be, you don't need a counter. You just start living differently. So, question to ask yourself, just before I conclude the video, is, are you actually retaining, or are you just waiting to feel special? Because for most of you, I feel like you are waiting to feel special. I think this may be the best video I've done on semen retention / nofap. And of course, if it did help you guys, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Share it to a friend who you think may need to see this message, of course. And if you guys want to join a community full of like-minded people where you feel like you need support on this, then I'll leave a link down below in the description, as well as the comment section. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care and God bless.